Welcome to Understand All. I'm your host, Aslikir Gareleaf. Today, we're embarking on a captivating journey into the mysterious world of cults. So buckle up and let's dive in. Imagine this. You're at a crossroads in life, searching for meaning and belonging. Suddenly, a group appears, offering you everything you've been longing for. A sense of purpose, a tight-knit community, and a charismatic leader who seems to have all the answers. It sounds like a dream come true, right? Well, not quite. This, my friends, is how cults often begin. According to the International Cultic Studies Association, it's estimated that between 3,000 to 5,000 cults are currently operating in the United States alone. That's a staggering number. But what exactly is a cult? At its core, a cult is a group or movement with a shared commitment to a usually extreme ideology and a high level of social cohesiveness. Now you might be thinking, but wait, don't all groups have shared beliefs and a sense of community? And you're right, but here's the key difference. Cults use manipulative techniques to control their members and keep them in line. It's like being in a relationship with a controlling partner, but on a much larger scale. One of the most powerful tools in a cult's arsenal is love bombing. Imagine being showered with affection, praise, and acceptance from the moment you join. It's like a never-ending honeymoon phase. But here's the catch. This love is conditional. As soon as you start questioning the group or the leader, that warmth can quickly turn to coldness or even hostility. But love bombing is just the beginning. Cults also use a technique called gradual indoctrination to slowly change their members' beliefs and behaviors. It's like the old analogy of a frog in boiling water. If you put a frog in boiling water, it'll immediately jump out. But if you put it in cool water and slowly turn up the heat, it won't notice until it's too late. Cults operate in a similar way, slowly introducing more and more extreme ideas until the member is fully indoctrinated. But why do people join cults in the first place? Well, according to a study published in the American Journal of Psychotherapy, 70% of former cult members reported experiencing psychological distress before joining. Cults prey on vulnerable individuals who are searching for meaning, purpose, and a sense of belonging. But it's not just about vulnerability. Cults also rely on charismatic leaders to draw people in. These leaders often claim to have special knowledge or powers, and they use their charisma to manipulate and control their followers. It's like being under the spell of a master hypnotist. But the influence of a charismatic leader is just one piece of the puzzle. Cults also create a powerful group dynamic that makes it difficult for members to leave. Imagine being part of a group where everyone seems to agree with each other and share the same beliefs. It creates a sense of unity and purpose that can be incredibly seductive. However, this unity comes at a cost. Cults often isolate their members from the outside world, cutting them off from family and friends who might challenge their beliefs. It's like living in a bubble where the only reality is the one created by the cult. And that's not all. Cults also use information control to keep their members in line. They might limit access to outside sources of information, or even create their own propaganda to reinforce their beliefs. It's like living in a world where the only news you hear is the news the cult wants you to hear. But the control doesn't stop there. Cults often use mind control techniques to keep their members obedient and loyal. This can include things like sleep deprivation, control over personal relationships, and even physical abuse. It's a terrifying thought, but it's a reality for many cult members. So, how do people get out of cults? Well, it's not easy. According to the International Cultic Studies Association, approximately 90% of people who join cults eventually leave. But the process can be long and difficult. Many former cult members require extensive therapy and support to recover from their experiences. One of the most challenging aspects of leaving a cult is the psychological impact. A study published in the Journal of Nervous and Mental Disease found that former cult members are at a higher risk for psychiatric disorders, including PTSD, depression, and anxiety. It's like trying to rebuild your entire worldview after realizing everything you believed was a lie. But there is hope. Organizations like the International Cultic Studies Association and the Cult Education Institute provide resources and support for those who have left cults or are considering leaving. They offer workshops, support groups, and even legal assistance to help former cult members rebuild their lives. But prevention is also key. Education about the warning signs of cults and the techniques they use can help individuals avoid falling prey to their manipulation. It's like learning self-defense for your mind. So, what can we learn from all of this? Well, for one, it's important to be cautious of any group or individual that claims to have all the answers. As the old saying goes, if it sounds too good to be true, It probably is. But more importantly, we need to remember the power of critical thinking and questioning authority. Cults thrive on blind obedience and unquestioning loyalty. By encouraging individuals to think for themselves and challenge ideas, we can create a society that is more resistant to the influence of cults. And that's the key takeaway from today's episode. In a world that can be lonely and confusing, it's tempting to seek out easy answers and a sense of belonging. But true fulfillment comes from within, not from any external group or leader. So, the next time someone offers you the world on a silver platter, remember to take a step back and ask yourself, is this too good to be true? And if the answer is yes, trust your instincts and walk away. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Understand All. I hope you found this exploration of cults both informative and thought-provoking. Remember, if you or someone you know needs help, reach out. You're not alone. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.